I went shopping and I'm going to model for you what I bought. This totally awesome bag. It has so many pockets inside and out that I'll be searching for my keys forever. But I love it. How much was this? I'm going to tell you. I think it was like 17 bucks. Actually, it was 20. And these really, really cute slides. Mine broke. I mean, they really broke. I mean, I wore them till all the material was like deteriorated and the sole came right off the shoe. And I would have fixed the sole, but because this was just all eaten away, I didn't think I should wear those anymore. It happened so fast. And this shirt, isn't it cute? Can you see it? I'm a size smaller, at least. Look, I still have growing room, but I don't want to be growing. Here's the pattern. Isn't it cute? I wanted some sleeves because my upper arms are so saggy. I am going to start working on that, though. You know, like exercise. And this shirt, who cares about my bat wings? I love this shirt. It's very me. And this one, how much was this one? Hang on a minute while I whip this up. Oh, wait. Look, we can look together. $10.99. What a deal! I also got a great 10-pack of Betsey Johnson socks. I love Betsey Johnson. $5.99 for 10 pairs of socks. Where are you going to get a deal like that? And this bra to go with my bathing suit because mine's getting really, really worn out. And I wear a bra underneath the shirt for swimming. You know, I made up my own, what do they call it? They call it a tankini, kind of. But I have the bicycle shorts, the tunic top. I've showed it to you before with the little dots. I need to find another shirt. Do you know it took me 15 different shirts tried on to find 2? What a world. But at least I found 15. The last time I went to a Bealls Outlet, it was like Goodwill bins. That was my shopping trip, $72.71 because $5 of it was tax. Florida. That's the one thing I hate about Florida. And, what did I want to say? Yeah, because the bag was $20 and the sandals were $18. That was the majority of it. Usually I'd go on a Tuesday because I get 10% off, which would have really been nice. But I don't have a car, so I gotta depend on when I do have Maggie's car. And I happened to have it because I was dropping off and picking up Finn from school so Maggie can continue with her work of packing up the apartment. I'll be back. I need coffee. There was one other shirt that I wanted. I hadn't tried it on. I just ripped it off the rack and took it with me. And then when I went to check out, there was a boo-boo on the back side of it. And so I told her to just, throw it to the side. And I didn't go back to check on, because I'm going to be leaving Finn off a lot. And you know what I discovered? I discovered a gift card to Bealls Outlet. That's all right. I can still spend it. So anyway, she says they get 2 truckloads a week. So I'm going to go check them out next week when I take Finn to school. My lips are all dried out. I forgot to put lip stuff on last night when I went to bed. I always put lip stuff on before I go to bed. My lips are dry. Ow. I'll be right back. Oh, my throat's dry too. Hang on. It's a funny thing. Every time I start to think about my childhood and talking about, a childhood memory, all these horrible memories just flood in, and it's really traumatizing. It really is. I would need that EDMR therapy, that, never mind, or EMDR, whatever the heck it's called. I'm waiting on my coffee. My mouth is dry as a bone. I could drink orange juice. I have orange juice. I'll be right back. When I was about 4 years old, my parents bought their first house. Before that, we were living in a little add-on apartment. It was like I don't know what you'd call it. And I can't quite remember where all us kids slept. It must have been in the living room. It was like a studio. It had a living room kitchen combination. It had one bedroom. And then it was attached to the downstairs bathroom of the farmhouse. You could walk in through the kitchen living room area into my grandparents' kitchen. And they lived there for years. Back then, as most of my age group would know, a mother stayed home with her children. And my father did not want my mother out in the workforce. She was a real beauty. He probably was scared she'd be snatched away. But anyway, it was different back then too. I think women were harassed more, though. I hear they're harassed quite a bit now too, so. But that's beside the point. So they bought a house on 4th Street in Dover, New Hampshire. What a cute little house it was. It was high up on a hill, so that the driveway was kind of cut out, and then the garage was right there when you drove into the driveway. Then there were high retaining walls, and you'd walk up the stairs to the front porch. I do believe you could also get in through the garage, if I remember correctly, into the hallway. And there was a little living room, a kitchen, a hallway, and only 2 bedrooms. I can't remember where the boys slept, but me and Joey had that downstairs bedroom across from my parents. I think there was only 1 bathroom. But upstairs was unfinished, and since my father had been a contractor, I think he had planned to finish those rooms. I can't remember if he ever did, but I remember he got a really good job in Ohio, and we ended up leaving that house, and I was pretty sad. He built this great tree house in the backyard. I thought that backyard was freaking a forest, right? Years later, when I went by it, it was this teeny tiny little piece of land. It was like, why did it seem like, I don't know, like Snow White being lost in the forest? It seemed so big to me back then. What a crazy person. I used to have horrible nightmares about those woods. They let me watch Outer Limits, and that didn't help. And, or was that Twilight Zone? I don't know. But anyway, there was this one weird episode where there was this thing with, like, tentacles all over it. It kind of looked like It from, what is that, the Addams Family, It. But it was big, and it had tentacle type things, and it gave me the creeps, and I would dream about that thing chasing me, and I'd be running through the woods in my backyard trying to get to the house. And you know how when you run in your dreams and your heels are like massive weights and you can't seem to get your feet to move? I hated that dream. The other weird dream I used to have was I'd be riding in the car with my parents, and they had stone faces, no emotion, no talking. And I'd be looking in the woods. I must have had a fear of dark forests. I'd be looking in the woods as we were going by. You know how trees go by, and this witch would just kind of like peer out from the trees. And I was horrified, and I told my parents, and they completely ignored me. What a very strange dream, right? What an odd thing to talk about. Nightmares. I used to have a lot of them. I used to have a lot of flying dreams, and I used to have a lot of nightmares. Anyhow, so that house on 4th Street in Dover, what I loved about it was on rainy days when we couldn't go out to play in the treehouse or go see our friends, there was this, I'm sorry, another memory just like slipped in there. Go away. We go in the garage. Now, the garage was kind of, even though it was a one-car garage in the front, it was extended across the whole bottom of the house. It was the foundation and basically the basement and garage combination. And my father had built some really sturdy shelving units out of wood, and he was going to put all of his building tools there because he was a contractor for a while, but he also was a mechanical engineer, and that's what he ended up doing. He lost money building, and so my mother was, up in arms about that, and so I stopped building. But he had the tools. He was very handy too. He could fix things, Obviously, he was a contractor. So, a house builder, whatever you want to call it. And what was I trying to say? Oh, so it was big and roomy. There was nothing in there, and our bikes were in there, and so we would ride our bikes round and round, and they'd always make me be the toll booth attendant. I wanted to ride my bike, but they wanted to go really, really fast, and I was on a tricycle because I was little. So they'd make me be the toll attendant, and I'd have to just sit there and watch them go round and round. They never come to pay the toll. Those asses. I always got the poop end of the stick, it seems. So anyway, sometimes there were these big giant shelves, and we'd make them like little bunks, and we'd climb up in there, right, and lay down in the bunk, or we'd get a sandwich, and we'd sit there and we'd eat our sandwich, and we just thought it was so cool. My brother Philip, we were poor, okay? We were really, really poor growing up. And my brother Phil, he had devised this sandwich. It was white bread, a slice of American cheese, and mustard relish and ketchup. And it was so good because it was that sweet and salty and the mushy white bread. It was so awesome. My mother would never buy grape jelly. I loved grape jam. Loved it. But she always bought the dang strawberry, which I hated back then when I was little. I didn't like it. And when I started going to school, we'd always get Pepperidge Farm white bread with peanut butter and strawberry jelly. I hated that so much. And then when I was in grade school, like around 5th and 6th grade, I started to get tuna fish sandwiches. And I hated that too. And so there was this little tiny girl that was my grade, but she was really petite. And she always got Wonder Bread with peanut butter and grape jam. And she'd get like 2 sandwiches all wrapped up in wax paper, and the gooey jelly had like risen to the top and made the bread all wet. I loved that. And she'd see my tuna, she'd say, "Do you want to trade?" Damn well right I did. And I got her peanut butter and jelly, and she got my tuna, and I was in heaven. Dang. The good old days. Life was so simple then, wasn't it? I keep thinking about when life was just so simple. No budgets. No working. Well, school was work. I didn't like it very much. Hang on a minute. My sinuses are still up in arms here. I don't know if Finn's going to school today. He had quite a fever. Well, not a big fever. It was a low-grade fever last night, but he felt like he was getting hotter as the evening progressed, which usually does happen. So it's not quite 7th yet, and I guess I'll find out in a little bit. But what was I talking about? Charlotte. Charlotte and trading sandwiches. The good old days. My other favorite sandwich was a Fluffernutter. Peanut butter and marshmallow fluff on white squishy bread. Oh, I loved white squishy bread. No wonder I got fat. Then when I became 11, I realized I wasn't stick thin, and that was the fashion. So I started dieting at 11. The doctor gave me these pills, these capsules. I think they were like speed. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep either. Oh my God, it was horrible, but I got thin. What a crazy person. I can't believe my mother allowed it. I wanted to look like the other girls. Skinny, with long, thin legs. I don't know. I don't get life. Maybe life wasn't as easy and simple back then as I thought it was. You're always pressured by the media and society. You couldn't just be pudgy if you had to. And it's the same way today. Though being fat is not good for my health, I get that. And I am working on it. Not hard enough, though, I don't think. I don't like being hungry. It sucks. And I don't like eating bland, old food. Well, not old, but you know what I mean. Like just a piece of fish and some lettuce. Not that I can taste it. What does it matter? I actually could eat fish and lettuce. I'd be fine. I'd be smaller. Smaller is my goal. I got 60 pounds to go. Well, I did just get rid of 40, so that's not bad. That's pretty good. I can't remember when I got started. I know it wasn't the year that Bonnie graduated because I was so disgusted with myself for still being a compulsive eater. That was... When was that? I've lost all track and account of my life. Wait a minute. Let me think about this. So it's 2022. It is 2022, right? Jeez, time's really flown. Okay, 2022, and Dennis died last year in 2021. And didn't Bonnie graduate 2021? Why can't I remember anything? 7, 18, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah. It wasn't that long ago. Why does it feel like eons? It feels like last year was 5 years away. Oh no, now I sound like Steve Martin in that stupid movie. What was that stupid movie? Where he gets rich. What is wrong with me? Stop it. Remember the eyeglass thing? What was the name of that stupid Steve? Remember when he started going on and on, explaining to her about when he fell in love with her, and then it felt like a Thursday, but it was really actually Monday, and then on Tuesday. Do you remember that? What a crazy bastard. Oops. Sorry. Anyhow, I liked that movie. It was really ridiculous. The Jerk. It was called The Jerk, wasn't it? No, I can't remember. I also loved Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Oh my God. We always, when it was appropriate in a situation, we always used lines in that movie. In regular conversation. I don't know. We were a really nutty family. Best years of my life was with my kids and my husband, really and truly. God, we laughed. Michael was a real comedian, and oh God, he'd keep us rolling. And just very witty and clever, and Dennis too, when he'd come out of his shell, he's a very shy guy, and him and Mike together were like a comic duo. It was great. Holidays were so much fun. They'd get a couple drinks in them and then they'd really go to town. Michael would get out his guitar and start singing these bizarre songs that he'd make up, like crazy ballads. I miss all that. Everything's changed, and my life is about to change drastically once again. And I'm scared. I'm scared, but I'm going to push through the fear, because if there's something better out there, I want it. That's the truth. My truth. I'm willing to take every risk to have more joy, more money, more living. I get tired sitting here making videos. Well, I don't mind making videos, and I'll continue to do that anyway. But I watch videos and everybody else having their life and doing their thing and having their purpose. And while I know I have some purpose in that I'm here for my kids, I help out Mike and Maggie, Denny and I go and do things. And that's nice, and I do want that. But there's this other part where I want to go do things that I want to do. And I want to go see places that I want to see. And I want to go make some money. I'm tired of this poverty. We fought so hard, Dennis and I, to come from hourly wage jobs to our own business. And we did it twice. Once in the cleaning industry, and the second in the antique fields. Maybe flea marketing won't be all I'll have to do in the future. I'm hoping for more. I know, I'm going to be 64, but I'm not done yet. And they say those who truly retire die a lot younger because they don't have anything to do unless they play golf. I'm never dating anybody who plays golf. They're crazy. No, that's all right. A guy told me years ago I have a natural swing, and he wasn't making a hit on me either. We were at this Bible convention, and he was practicing his swing. His wife was a Christian, and he wasn't. At the end, though, he did become a Christian, and he was baptized. Go figure. But he was out there swinging around, and I said, I've always wanted to try golf. And he said, well, come over here. And so he, lined me up, and he showed me, and he told me what to do, and he showed me how to do it. And honestly, I would have made a great actress because I could imitate anything to the T. And I did. And he said, you have a natural swing. But I never took up golf. I should have. Maybe I'd be like Tiger Woods today, only a female. Is that possible? Have you ever seen a female golfer? Is there such a thing? Leave a comment below. I'm not a sports lover. Hated sports. I sit there and I try to follow, and it's extremely boring. But because it's all I had to do when Dennis was alive, I started asking questions at the end, and I still don't remember what the heck it's all about. I still couldn't tell you what's happening in a football game. I kind of get baseball, and basketball seems totally ridiculous. It's all these guys running all over the place and trying to throw a ball in a basket. Why? And football, that's a big why. What the heck? Everybody's like crunching everybody else. You could break your neck that way. Dennis's neck was all messed up from playing football in high school. It certainly didn't help him at the end of his life, did it? He was in terrible pain. He had all kinds of problems. And then he fell as a lineman, and that didn't help. But what does this have to do with anything? Where am I? Oh my God. I went way off base. I was talking about something in my childhood. Yeah, to hell with my childhood. I'm done with that one. And my dad, who was the engineer, he ended up going to Sun Rubber in Ohio, and they made the Huppity Ball, and he helped to design that, and he was in a picture in the newspaper. And I got one of the first Huppity Balls. We had like 3 or 4 of them. He brought home in these nice boxes and hop all over the place. What a ridiculous concept. What's the point? You can hop without the ball. It was kind of fun. I'm running out of time, so I'm going to say goodbye. Goodbye. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.